Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series. I am your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and I am joined in the booth tonight by Seth LaCroix. Seth, say hi to the folks.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, Seth LaCroix, a regular racer in the Cup and ARCA series, will be joining us in the booth tonight. Seth, do you want to give everyone a little update on your, little info on your iRacing background?
Yeah, been iRacing for about a year now, pretty much today. Don't get to participate this week, unfortunately, but looking forward to watch everyone, including the veteran racing team, and looking for a good race. It's a very tough track.
All right, thank you, Seth. And we are coming to you live tonight From Darlington Motor Speedway, a 1.3-mile oval located in Darlington, South Carolina, where these drivers are going to compete for 100 laps. The weather for tonight, it is a clear night here in South Carolina. The temperature is 73 degrees outside, and the track temperature is a nice cool 78 degrees, so should not be too slick for these drivers. The rules for tonight's event are these drivers are going to be given 3 sets of tires, 100% fuel, and 1 quick repair to complete this race. And a little points update for everyone. Our top 5 in points, we have had some major shakeups. After last week, Joseph Truskowski is now sitting in first place, up 3 positions with 640 points. Samuel Reed is sitting in second place in points with 633 points. Joseph Benson currently sits in third with 620 points. However, Joseph Benson, a member of that veteran racing team, is going through a PCS move and will be sitting out the rest of the season, so he will be dropping in points here very soon. In fourth place, we have my buddy Seth LaCroix, who's sitting up here in the booth with me tonight with 616 points, so he's going to drop back as well. And rounding out your top 5 in points, we have Chris Evans with 614 points. So Seth, real quick, you're having to sit out this race tonight. How are you going to how do you plan on recovering in points once you get back to racing?
Well, got a few tracks coming up that I think I'll be very competitive at, and just grind it out. The good thing about this league is we do have 1 drop week, so my worst week gets taken away, which will obviously be this one. But we also have the playoffs, so as long as I qualify for the playoffs, I don't think it matters if I'm first or 8th or 12th. We'll just take it race by race, but I think we'll be okay. All
right. Yes, with the playoffs, you do have a chance to recover, so good luck the rest of the season with that, Seth. But we're going to get back to it. We are currently in qualifying. Joseph Benson currently sitting on the pole with a best time of 29.04, 2/10 faster than Samuel Reed, who will be starting second if things play out as they are standing right now. And as these drivers finish up their qualifying runs, we're going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by URA Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and we are back. Big thank you to URA Flyovers for providing us with tonight's opening ceremonies, and big shout out to them for our throwback weekend here at Darlington Motor Speedway. They threw it back with those P-40 airplanes from World War II, the Army Air Corps P-40s performing tonight's flyover. We've already got Thomas Adams entering the chat, ready for a good night of racing. Glad to have you here, Thomas. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night in the ARCA series. Nubbins, Iron Gate in the 20 is a throwback for Sammy Swindle's car at the 1991 Daytona 500. So quick update on the qualifying runs. 16 drivers have completed their runs. Joseph Benson still sitting atop the leaderboard for qualifying with a time of 29.2. Joshua Edmonds now takes over second place, only 7/100ths off of the pace of Joseph Benson. And Brianna Lavin, we have not seen her in a couple of weeks here in the National Outlaw Racing Association leagues, but she is currently sitting in third in qualifying. Cody Bullock entering the chat as well. Cody, I do believe I saw you on the leaderboard earlier. Don't watch and drive, buddy. Glad to have you tuning in, but make sure you're focusing on the track. And as time is winding down on qualifying, we do have a couple of big announcements here at the Rebel Racing Network. Tonight, we have a double header. So immediately following the Cup Series race tonight, the National Outlaw Racing Association will be starting a late model series as well. They have their inaugural race tonight at Myrtle Beach Speedway. So make sure you tune in for that. That will be broadcasted part-time here on the Rebel Racing Network. The rest of the time, I will be running in that league over on my Twitch. Please make sure you go follow me on Twitch as well if you want to stay updated on that league. And we have also completed talks to add another league to our schedule as well. Wednesday nights, we will be broadcasting a new Xfinity League starting. Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series. Run by some of my old buddies, Dakota Dennis and Marcus Castle of Creative Castle. They've put together a new league that will be starting on September 17th on Wednesday nights. We will be running a couple of recruitment races before that. Make sure you tune into that as well. If you're interested in running, get in contact with one of those two guys and they will get you set up. We've got Simon Grills in the chat rooting for Cody Bullock. Wanting him to bring one home for Circle City Sim. Which reminds me, another big announcement tonight. We will be starting a fan vote, a Dash for Cash here in the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series. The rules for that are we are going to take everyone who has a fan mention their name in the chat, and we're going to put them in a poll. That poll will be available on Rebel Racing Network's Facebook page. It will be up at the start of the playoffs. You will have 2 weeks to vote on your favorite driver from that poll. After that poll is complete, we will take the top 3 drivers in the championship race, and we will have them race against each other for a cash money prize in the championship race. Whoever finishes the best out of those top 3 will take home the cash. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you've got a favorite driver you are rooting for, make sure you drop their name in the chat. Let me know who you're rooting for so they can get entered into that poll, guys. And it looks like qualifying is about to finish up. I'm going to throw it back over to Seth LaCroix. Seth, you've run a lot of practice laps here at Darlington. What do you think is going to be the key tonight to bringing home a victory?
I think the biggest thing with Darlington, which is also known as the track too tough to tame, is racing the racetrack and not so much worrying about the other drivers. because if you miss your mark by an inch, that turn 2 wall just jumps out and bites you. And I think it would be pretty remarkable if that wall doesn't jump out and bite at least half the field tonight.
Yep, the lady in black will definitely be looking to bite a couple of drivers tonight. So Seth, I'm looking at the leaderboard. We've got Joseph Benson starting first, Joshua Edmonds in second. Strong night for that veterans racing team, at least starting out. We're going to see if they can hold on to this.
Yeah, my boys did a good job. We're hoping to see Jones. Jones has put a lot of practice time in this track as well. He's starting out back, but I think he's come a long way, and he must have got loose off the corner. But I think it's going to be a pretty competitive race. I hope that everyone drives nice and clean and gives everyone some room coming out of turn 2, because it gets really, really tight.
All right. And with that, the drivers are now gridding up. We're going to go ahead and run through our official starting grid for the night. On the pole, we have Joseph, the NCO Benson, in that 88 car. This will be his last race due to his PCS move for this season. So he's looking to finish strong here. Starting to his outside, we have the 2 of Joshua Edmonds in the 17 car. In third place, we have Brianna Lavin in the 74 car. Starting fourth, we have Samuel Reed in the 56 car. In fifth, we have Stephen Linger in the 97 car. In sixth, we have Byron Gay in the 20 car. Christopher Foote in the 21 car will be rolling off 7th tonight. Tyler Street in the 4 car will be starting 8th tonight. Thomas Kirkman will start 9th in the 1 machine. In 10th place, we have Cody Bullock in the 11. In 11th place, we have Ben Johnson in the 57 car. In 12th, we have Chris Evans in the 23 car. Starting 13th, we have Jared Kuno in the 22 machine. And rolling off 14th, we have Jonathan Dominics in the 45 car. Terrell Wheeler in the 43 car will start 15th. In 16th, we have Chris Jones in the 33 machine. Jamie Dunning will roll off 17th in the 54 car. In 18th, we have Scott Leonard in the 6 car. In 19th, we have Robbie Good in the 37 car. And rounding out your field, starting in 20th, did not qualify, we have Joseph Truskowski. A late show to the race, but he made it by the skin of his teeth, looking to hold on to that points lead.
Yeah, Austin, I think it's going to be pretty interesting watching both Truskowski and Jamie Dunning. Jamie especially showed a lot of speed in practice, so this is not the easiest of tracks to work your way through traffic, because you got to be fast, but you also got to fight a super narrow racetrack. So this will definitely be interesting watching them work their way through the pack.
Yes, it will definitely be interesting trying to watch, especially Joseph Truskowski. Got to keep an eye on him tonight, trying to work through that pack. You see him hanging back real far back there at the back of the pack. As the pace car dives off, we are getting ready to go green flag racing. Joseph Benson leading him down to the green flag. And what I do believe is a Dale Jr. throwback. And the green flag is out. We are racing here at the Lady in Black. Joseph Benson gets a good jump. Brianna Lavin in that 74 car as well gets a good jump on the bottom. She slingshots to second, setting Joshua Edmonds back to third. In fourth, we have Stephen Linger in the 97 and Samuel Reed in that 56, rounding out your top 5. We've seen all of these guys be very competitive throughout the season. And yellow flag is out. Our first caution of the night comes out here on lap 2. Looks like Thomas Kirkman and Christopher Foote involved. We'll go back to try and see what happened here. Looks like Christopher Foote in that 21 car just got turned. Collects Thomas Kirkman as well in the 1 car. We've got Thomas Adams saying he could have subbed in for Seth LaCroix. I know he is trying to work his way up to the Cup Series. This would have been a great opportunity for Thomas Adams to make his way here to the Cups. And we have a couple of cars opting to come down pit road early here, all caught up in that incident. Ben Johnson, Thomas Kirkman, Scott Leonard, Christopher Foote, Joseph Truskowski on pit road too. I believe he caught up a piece of that as well. We're going to step aside for a word from our sponsors.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn 1. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back, folks. The lights on the pace car are out. They are doubled up. We are getting ready to go back racing here. Joseph Benson will lead them to the green flag. Brianna Lavin now starting to the outside in 2nd place. Joshua Edmonds will start in 3rd. Stephen Linger in 4th. And Samuel Reed back there in 5th. Pace car dives down pit road. We're getting ready to go back green here. Joseph Benson in control of this one. Green flag is out. Joseph Benson takes off in the restart zone, leaving Brianna Lavin and Joshua Edmonds in his dust. Joshua Edmonds trying to hang with Brianna Lavin. Not going to be able to do it there. We see Brianna Lavin now looking to get back and challenge Joseph Benson for that lead here early on.
As you can see in that shot, Austin, down the straightaway, you could see a number of drivers hitting that turn 2 wall that sticks out.
Yep, it really jumps out and bites you. Let's go ahead and ride along with Joseph Benson as he goes through 1 and 2.
So when you enter turn 1 like he did, you enter low, you let the car drift high, and once you get about at the center of the corner, you're going to really start putting some wheel into it and diamond your way back down to avoid that wall. And if you miss your mark by, like I said, a foot or two, that wall will bite you, and it'll bite you hard.
Yep, that can be really tough. But we're watching Joseph Benson. He is handling himself really well, trying to open up a gap over Brianna Lavin. Now out to 0.3 of a second of a lead. And we see Joshua Edmonds catching back up to that 74 car. Top 3 pull away. We're going to go back, look back on the track. We've got a battle between Byron Gay, Samuel Reed, and Tyler Street. And caution is out. Caution is out. Our second caution of the night comes out here on lap 8. Looks like Chris Jones and Christopher Foote involved in this one. We'll go back, take a look, see what happens here. And it looks like that 33 of Chris Jones got bit by that wall coming out of 2 there. Comes down across Christopher Foot's nose, sends them both to the pits, and I do believe that is Christopher Foot's second incident tonight. He might be done for the night there.
Yeah, like I was saying, that you can't miss your mark at all, and that's when it's single file. You add in a car either above or below you, and that corner is as treacherous as it comes. It is very, very hard to race side by side there.
Yep, that looked very tough. Yeah, he missed his mark by a lot more than a foot, it looked like, and mayhem ensues after that. It looks like Christopher Foot is trying to get that car repaired. Makes his way down pit road. I do believe he has already had to use a quick repair. So early on here, only 9 out of 100 laps complete, so he does not have that to rely on, but still trying to get that car fixed and get back out on the lead lap. Although looking at this car, I don't see a lot of damage, so maybe he didn't get it as bad as I thought he did.
Yeah, he might have been smarter than me and unchecked his fast repair the first time, and he might have just used it this time. Who knows?
Yep, maybe that's what it was. I see we've got Michael Jordan entering the chat now. Surprised to see a Michael Jordan enter in the chat. Would have thought you'd be celebrating with Bubba Wallace after his win today at Indy.
Man, that was a special one. I'm not a Bubba fan, but boy, was I nervous for the end of that race for him. That was awesome. How they made it on fuel, that's crazy.
I tell you what, Seth, I was begging for him to run out of fuel because I had Kyle Larson picked to win the race today.
Yeah, I hear you, but Kyle wins enough races. I love rooting for the underdog. I grew up a Kevin Harvick fan, so I don't really have a dog in the fight anymore. So I typically root for the storylines. That was a pretty good one that we saw today.
That was a pretty good one. Now I gotta ask, did you have something to do with Joshua Edmonds' paint scheme out there today for the throwback race?
No, we grew up about a mile apart, and so we both grew up Kevin Harvick fans. So, yeah, he since I'm not in this race, he could run whatever Harvick scheme he wanted since I am the 29 car. But yeah, he loves that scheme.
All right, and we are back green flag racing. Joseph Benson gets a great restart there. Edmonds very solid on the restart, hanging just below Brianna Lavin, battling for second. Gonna drop back though on the low side through turns 1 and 2. It looks like trouble behind him. I see Samuel Reed dropping. That 56 car is around. No caution. No caution for the 56 car. We are still racing. Joseph Benson still in control of this one. Brianna Lavin opened up the gap on Joshua Edmonds. Now the caution comes out for that Samuel Reed incident, it looks like. We're going to go back and see exactly what happened here. Looks like the wall bit the 97 of Steven Linger. He bounces off that wall and taps the 56 of Samuel Reed and sends Samuel Reed spinning down the backstretch.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like it happened. And Steven definitely did not mean for that to happen, but he just run out of room up there really fast. It is so tough to be too wide coming out that corner.
Yep, that corner is very tough. And going back to the conversation about the, you being a Kevin Harvick fan, Seth, I've got a great Kevin Harvick story. I don't know if you remember way back in the day when he did the Nationwide commercial doing donuts in a cul-de-sac in a blue Corvette. That was actually shot in my neighborhood growing up.
Wow, that's that's awesome. That's a cool story.
It was cool. I got to hang out with him at the hospitality tent. He signed a couple of autographs and then got to watch the stunt driver actually do the donuts. That was pretty cool.
Oh wow, he didn't even do it. That's crazy.
No, there's probably some liability involved in there. You know, imagine that headline: NASCAR driver can't race because he accidentally put a Corvette through a house.
Yeah, I hear you. That's awesome though. That's cool.
Just reminiscing here, but we're gonna get back to the race on track now. Joseph Benson still sitting in first, Brianna Lavin in second, Joshua Edmonds in third, Stephen Linger in fourth, and now Byron Gay in the 20 car has made his way up to fifth. We're looking at Samuel Reed on pit road. Not using his quick repair, just sitting on pit road, trying to get that damage taken care of here early without having to burn that fast repair. We are only 14 laps into this 100-lap race tonight, so you know, everyone doing their best not to use that fast repair. Michael Jordan talking about Jeff Gordon doing the Camaro commercial where he went undercover. I tell you what, that Jeff Gordon commercial where he goes undercover, I haven't seen the Camaro commercial recently, but the one where he goes undercover as a taxi driver running from the police keeps popping up in my Facebook feed for some reason.
Yeah, both of those were great. The Camaro dealership, that one was an all-time classic. That was a great one. That was funny.
I did enjoy that one. But we are doubled up getting ready to go back green flag racing. The lights on the pace car are out. Joseph Benson leading him to the green flag. Brianna Lavin to his outside. Joshua Edmonds in third. Stephen Linger in fourth. Byron Gay in fifth. Tyler Street in sixth.
And we mentioned them at the beginning of the race, but a check-in on Jamie Dunning and Joseph Trukowski. They're halfway there.
Yep, Jamie Dunning currently up to 9th. Joseph Truskowski up to 12th. Joseph Truskowski is our biggest mover of the race, up 9 positions from where he started now. And green flag is out. Joseph Benson taking off. Side by side racing behind him. Looking at Joshua Edmonds, he's hanging with Brianna Lavin through turns 1 and 2. Lavin catches the outside wall. Edmonds does not capitalize on that, though.
Looked like Stephen Linger hit it as well. He hit it a little bit harder. I'm wondering if he's going to have pretty bad damage, though.
Yeah, he did hit it pretty hard. He dropped all the way back to 9th after that hit. We've got it sorted out, single file. I do believe Samuel Reed trying to get aggressive here, make his way back up to the front. Currently behind the 37 of Robbie Good. And looks like more trouble for Linger. And Jared Kuno involved as well. Bringing out our 4th caution of the night here on lap 18. I do believe that was Jared Kuno and Stephen Linger involved in that. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here. Ooh, Linger catches that outside wall yet again. Comes down across the 22's nose, sends the 22 into the inside wall.
That looks almost identical to how Samuel Reed got it earlier. The same thing, coming off that corner. Linger hits the wall and unfortunately collects another car.
Yep, very unfortunate. That outside wall off of turn 2 is collecting some paint stripes tonight. It looks like Stephen Linger had to tow back. His night might be over. We've got Christina Edmonds entering the chat, rooting for Joshua Edmonds, currently sitting in 3rd. going to step aside for a word from our sponsors.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly low, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back. The lights on the pace car are out. They are doubled up, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing again. Only 20 laps into this one. It has been all Joseph Benson here tonight. John Lavin still starting in second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Byron Gay now in fourth. They make their way down the backstretch. A little update on Joseph Truskowski. He now finds himself in 10th. Jamie Dunning up to 7th. Those two making their way through the pack. And the pace car is off. Joseph Benson leading them to the restart zone. And the green flag is out. Joseph Benson takes off. Joshua Edmonds takes off like a rocket ship there. I think he's going to get Lavin this time, and he does. He's going to move up the track, close the door on Brianna Lavin. We're going to see if Lavin can bounce back here. Lavin looking to Edmonds inside now. Not going to be good enough to get alongside him there. See another car going around. Looks like the 4 of Tyler Street. Goes around. That Oreo machine went for a ride, bringing out our 5th caution of the night. We'll go back, take a look, see what happened here. Doesn't look like it was the outside wall catching him this time. Maybe a little bit. At 23 comes up the track and turns the 4 of Tyler Street. Does not look like a lot of damage to that 4 machine, though. He should be able to recover from this one.
Yeah, he doesn't look too bad. One interesting thing with 3 and 4 is that you can take it multiple different ways. You can have different angles, different break points, and still get through at roughly the same speed. So when you're racing that close, if someone's driving just a slightly different, you can get exactly what just happened. It's pretty tough.
Yep. This track is definitely proven to be too tough to tame here tonight. A lot of bent up race cars so far, and we're only 23 laps into this.
I've also been wondering on the restarts if Joseph Benson and Josh Edmonds would work together. They are definitely on the same race team, and they could time the launch, so Josh could clear Brianna, and it's kind of what it looked like that time. So, but this time Josh will be on the outside, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we haven't seen Josh too strong starting in the second position tonight. I'm thinking Brianna Lavin's going to be able to get by him here on this restart.
And the leader has such an incredible advantage on every restart except for the first one. On the first start, green flag of the race, you both go together. But once you are the leader and the caution comes out, everyone has to react off of the leader. So Joseph Benson's in a pretty dang good spot being in first place. If we keep going cautions all night, man, he's never going to lose the position just because it's so strong under restart.
Yeah, that is definitely an advantage tonight. We will have to see if pit strategy comes into play later on here. So they are doubled up, getting ready to go back green. Joseph Benson once again leading him down to the green flag. Joshua Edmonds to his outside in second. Brianna Lavin in third. Byron Gay in fourth. And we've got Donald B. Sear entering the chat, rooting for Joshua Edmonds. And Dakota Dennis entering the chat as well. Once again, Dakota Dennis, one of the league owners of the new league we'll be broadcasting on Wednesday night starting in September. The Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series. Dakota Dennis, a league owner of that. But the pace car dives off. We're getting ready to go back green. Joseph Benson leading him to the green flag. We're going to see if him and Joshua Edmonds working together, maybe some communication on this restart. Benson takes off. Edmonds hanging with him. Brianna Lavin did not get a good restart there. I expected to see a little bit more of a takeoff out of that 74 machine. But Lavin is back there battling with Byron Gay. Gay's going to get around Lavin. And now the 54 of Jamie Dunning making his way up into the top 5. Trying to work around Brianna Lavin. Lavin finally going to be able to hop back up in line there. Losing 2 positions on that restart. Going to have to battle back there. You see the 20 of Byron Gay now starting to fade a little bit after a strong restart. We're going to go back, look back in the pack at that 42 of Joseph Truskowski. He's now worked his way up to 9th. Got his sights now set on Cody Bullock in the 11 car. That Dale Earnhardt Sr. throwback paint scheme.
It looked like Joseph just hit the turn 2 pretty hard right there as well. He just lost a spot.
He did. It looked like he hit it again. So struggles coming out of Joseph Truskowski tonight.
In my practice laps, I definitely noticed the tire fall off is pretty tremendous as well. So they're finally getting some. It's lap 28, but they probably only have about 10 laps green flag now. But they're absolutely going to start feeling the car sliding more.
Now, I was just about to ask you about the tire wear. Oh, we're seeing the 11 of Cody Bullock stuck up in the outside wall. Very slow. Coming down the front stretch, trying to get back up to speed. No caution yet.
He definitely helped out his fellow racers there, though, by keeping it up and letting everyone by. Now he can regroup and charge forward again.
Yep, that's how you make friends out there. You know, he did not ruin anyone else's race. I'm also seeing Scott Leonard involved in an incident as well. Let's go back and see what happened with Scott.
It also looked like the 11 car was just jumping down to the pits.
Yep. Scott Leonard in the 6 machine catches the apron, gets loose there. Getting back on track. But we are still green flag racing as we watch the 11 make his way down pit road. Some major damage to that 11 car. He just falls a lap down to the leaders. And drives through his pit box. Tough break for that 11 car. Gonna have to burn a fast repair there. We're back looking at the 88 of Joseph Benson. In control of this one. Now out to over a second lead over teammate Joshua Edmonds. And almost 3 seconds over Jamie Dunning. Thomas Adams asking about our Wednesday night league on Rebel Racing Network. That will be an Xfinity Series league. Third Coast Racing League. And we have another caution out. I will get you updated here in a minute, Thomas Adams. Looks like Chris Evans involved in that. So we see the 23 of Chris Evans losing control, hitting the inside wall, ends up backwards on the track, but it looked like it started before our replay showed it. Back it up, take another look at this. See the 20 getting loose.
So the 20 got loose. Back to the tire wear thing I was saying. About 10, 15 laps into the run, you're coming out of turn 4 where they were. Your rear of the car gets super loose. And 23 just tried to avoid him, and he got too loose. And this would be really interesting for the pit strategy because you can make it roughly about 75 laps, I believe, on one tank of fuel. So this should put all these guys in their window to make it the rest of the race.
Yeah, and we're seeing Joseph Benson leading them down pit road. Looks like we have 3 cars opting to stay out. Jared Kuno, Christopher Foote, and Chris Jones opting to stay out. We will see who wins the race off pit road here. Joseph Benson opting for 4 tires. Joshua Edmonds also opted for 4 tires. Benson going to win the race off pit road. That 54, though, of Jamie Dunning coming off second, gaining a position over Joshua Edmonds. Some shakeups here up front. We're going to see Joseph Benson leading the cars on fresh tires. Back to the green. Jared Kuno now, though, in the race lead. So our top 5 now, we have Jared Kuno in first, Christopher Foote in second after some early trouble in this race, Chris Jones in third, Joseph Benson now in fourth, and Jamie Dunning rounding out your top 5. In 6th place, we have Joshua Edmonds, 7th, Thomas Kirkman, Ben Johnson in 8th, Robbie Good in 9th, and Brianna Lavin back in 10th. As they are doubled up, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing.
The 11 car just got put back on the lead lap too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, I do believe 11 is back on the lead lap. My scoring still has him shown a lap down, though, so I'm not sure what happened there. They might have not given him the wave around and made him drop to the end there. I'm showing him currently scored in last place. But with all these cautions, plenty of opportunity to get that lucky dog, get back on the lead lap as we are back under green flag racing conditions. Jared Kuno takes off. Joseph Benson, Joshua Edmonds making their way right back up to the front on those fresh tires. I do see some trouble for Scott Leonard and Byron Gay there in the back. Go back, take a look, see what happened on this restart. Scott Leonard, Byron Gay.
And that was really unfortunate for Byron because he was already on the apron and just got that.
Yep, nowhere to go, but we've got a new leader, or should I say an old leader, Joseph Benson, on those fresh tires, making his way around Jared Kuno in that 22 machine.
Question's gonna be is how long it takes Josh to get around him, or is Joe just gonna walk away?
Oh, Josh is on those fresh tires too. It shouldn't take long, but Joseph Benson opening up that gap here quick. But we've seen a lot of yellow flags here early on. I would imagine the field's going to get bunched back up again here in just a couple laps. Especially with these shakeups with the cars on old tires now. Here comes Jamie Dunning, though. What a move by Jamie in that 54 to get by both Jared Kuno and Joshua Edmonds.
It was also really great driving by Josh. I don't know if you noticed, but the 22 hit the wall and almost bit Josh, just like Samuel Adams and a few others in this race. But Josh looked like he was quick with his hands to not let it point him towards the inside wall. So he's got time to regroup and tackle it back.
Yeah, he did a great job there avoiding the contact. I do believe I see Chris Evans making his way down pit road. So we're gonna ride along with Jamie Dunning. We're seeing how far out that gap between him and Joseph Benson is. Jamie very quick in practice, but Joseph Benson out there in that clean air trying to run away with it, opening up that gap even further.
As you can see from this view, Joseph Benson's running slightly higher in 1 and 2, making a little bit more of a diamond, where Jamie's taking the kind of middle ground.
Yeah, that high line is so fast, but it can be risky the way that wall comes back and bites you out of 2 if you mess up. So I do like Jamie's line here, though. Here, mid-race, no reason to risk it. Still a lot of racing to go, and we're probably going to get another caution here to bunch this field back up. So I like the safe driving by that 54 machine.
Absolutely, and he's reeled Benson in by a couple tenths here over the last couple laps. But Benson also doesn't have a reason to push. You don't win by being 10 seconds out ahead. You win by surviving and being in first at the end. So I have a pretty good feeling Joseph's going to be saving his tires and trying to manage the gap.
Yes, it's very important to take care of those tires, especially here at the Lady in Black. Going back, looking at that 22 of Jared Kuno, currently sitting back in 6th. He's on older tires, but holding on to his track position fairly well for an entire field of drivers with fresh tires behind him. All right, and I just want to take a moment to say happy birthday to Joshua Edmonds' mom. I see Christina wishing her a happy birthday, as well as Seth LaCroix in the chat. So happy birthday, Miss Edmonds.
She looked after me many a nights growing up. Had many sleepovers at Josh's house. We lived about a mile apart, so it was very good times growing up. So happy birthday.
All right, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to try and get Joshua Edmonds in for a in-race interview under our next caution.
Tyler Street has worked his way after that spin up to 6th place.
He has. He is making ground here. Up 2 positions from where he started tonight, too. Going back, looking at the other one we want to keep an eye on, Joseph Truskowski. I do believe I see some right side damage to that 42 machine. He is still sitting back in 10th, up 10 positions from where he started. But our biggest mover of the race tonight so far is Jamie Dunning in that 54 machine. As he was reeling in Joseph Benson earlier. Joseph Benson, though, opening up that gap now to over a second and a half. And yellow flag is out here on lap 49.
I think this is pretty interesting timing-wise for. I'm wondering who's going to come in and pit and take tires here.
Yes, it is. We're trying to figure out what caused that incident. See Brianna Lavin jump into the pits. Back it up, see if she was involved. The iRacing software is not giving me any information on what caused that yellow flag to come out. Looks like a blinking issue for Lavin. Go back live here. Pit road is now open. Looks like Thomas Kirkman, Samuel Reed, and Chris Jones making their way down pit road. Christopher Foote as well. But real quick, let's go ahead and get Joshua Edmonds in here for an in-race interview.
And me.
Hey, Josh, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, so we've been watching you all race, going back and forth between second and third. What is your plan to get up there and win this thing at the end?
Well, I'm just trying to save the equipment, stay off the wall, and hope to give Joe a run for his money at the end. Jamie is showing that he's got some speed too, so he got by me when me and the other car got into each other there, but I don't know. We'll see what happens after the restart. I think I can give him something.
All right, well, we appreciate it. Real quick, any shout-outs you want to make before I send you back up to the team chat?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Raylan, Seth's little boy. I know he likes to hear that stuff, so.
Hey, how
Oh,
about your mom?
yeah,
It's
your mom
birthday.
is in the chat.
All right. Shout out to my mom and dad too. I'm sure they're watching.
That is funny. It's good. Hey, you're doing a good job out there, though, man. Holding strong in third. I don't think you hit the wall yet.
All right, thank you, Josh. We will hopefully be talking to you later on.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. All right, once again, that was Joshua Edmonds in the 17 car. Maybe getting in a little bit of trouble after that interview.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was pretty funny.
So we'll cut him some slack, though. It's I must say, having driven iRacing, it can be very stressful, and that's probably the last thing on your mind when you're out here racing for a top 3.
Oh, absolutely. And it's Darlington, so this is, I think, the toughest track that we go to. So he's definitely mentally locked in, so that's good.
Yep, that is good to hear. Hopefully he will get another chance here at the end of the race. But the pace car is off. Joseph Benson leading him back to the green flag. Green flag is out. Joseph Benson takes off. Joshua Edmonds taking off there as well. Maybe some teamwork there. Is Joshua Edmonds. Looks like he's going to clear Jamie Dunning. And I see the 22 of Jared Kuno in the fence. Backwards coming off of turn 2. Bringing out our 8th caution of the night. Go back, take a look, see exactly how that all started. Joseph Treskowski just got a great run there, but was too high getting into that 22 of Jared Kuno. All right, Christina, we got to be nice to Joshua Edmonds. We saw it on that restart. He was locked in there. We kind of put him on the spot. If anything, that one is on me. Me and Seth. Seth's got to take some of the responsibility as well.
Yeah, I get it.
And we've got Craig Chet Lassiter Lazenby in the chat rooting for Thomas Adams. Thomas Adams is not on track tonight, Craig. That is tomorrow night, but we appreciate you tuning in, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow night in the ARCA series. We've got Sire Source in here saying netcode is just great.
I'm not sure if that one was net code though. That one seemed like actual physical contact. Joseph looked like he got in just a little bit too hot on the 22. And hopefully didn't ruin the 22's day, but he's been pretty decent.
Yep, hopefully not. Looks like some old school ARCA breaking going on in that one.
Yeah, Joseph Tchaikovsky is definitely fast, but he's also known to stick his nose in a little aggressively at times.
But it is paying off for Joseph Truskowski. He has now made his way up to 5th. So making his way up through the pack. Maybe not making some friends out there tonight, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. But we got a pretty solid top 5 now. The top 5 is going to be, I think, super competitive.
Okay, we've got Chris Evans in the chat under Sire Source. Had net code with, I believe, Joseph Truskowski earlier on in the race.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I getcha.
Yeah,
Chris and I had a very fun Bristol battle last week. It was many laps. We were bumper to bumper. He raced me clean every time.
All right, but they are doubled back up, getting ready to go green flag racing. Teammates starting on the front row, Joseph Benson and Joshua Edmonds. Benson in control of this one. And look at that 4 of Tyler Street sitting back there in 4th. Great recovery after a spin, making his way back up through the pack. Green flag is out. Joseph Benson takes off. Joshua Edmonds very quick to the throttle as well. Edmonds holding off Dunning and Street back there competing for 3rd. It looks like Dunning is going to take away 3rd position, or maintain 3rd position, as Tyler Street tries a crossover move, gets to the inside of him. Tyler Street clears him, now up to 3rd for Tyler Street.
It was a very rough corner for Jamie. Hit the wall on entry and hit the wall on exit. Hopefully he didn't damage his car.
It was. I haven't done too much time in these next gen Cup cars. Are they pretty sensitive to wall banging like that, or can they take a little bit before they start driving funny?
It's really angle sensitive. You can hit the wall all day in the middle of turn 1 and 2. It's that the way the wall is angled coming off of 2. If you hit that, guaranteed wheel damage.
Ooh, that is rough. And we see Joshua Edmonds getting into the outside wall well there. That's going to allow Tyler Street in that 4 car to capitalize, close that gap with Edmonds. Maybe give him an opportunity to take away 2nd place.
So Street's going to have to really time up his runs because you can't just pass anywhere. So a great passing zone is setting them up in the middle of 1 and 2 and try and pass them leaving 2 down, dragging down the straightaway, or here, dragging down the front stretch. But the way you can take turns 3 and 4 at different angles, if you go opposite of the guy in front of you, you get some clean air on the nose, and your car handles a lot better. Oh.
Ooh, they touch. Edmonds gets sideways. Recovers. We're still green flag racing with 40 to go. So looks like some right front damage to that 8 car of Joshua Edmonds. 17 if you're looking at our scoring board. But he is still going. Now having to hold off that 45 of Jonathan Dominics.
It goes right back to what I was saying with timing up your runs. Street definitely had the momentum, but you can't race side by side right there in that corner. If you do, you got to be turning down the track, and they kind of both ran out of room. It's unfortunate.
Yep. And we're going back to the battle for second now between Jamie Dunning and Tyler Street. Jamie Dunning catching back up to that 4 car. Trying to make a run here. Meanwhile, while all this is going on back in the pack, Joseph Benson has now opened up his gap to over 2 seconds over second place of Tyler Street. We see Tyler Street getting loose there. Tyler Street gonna go backwards coming down the front stretch.
Oh, man.
And more tough luck for Joshua Edmonds.
Yeah, that was very tough. Typically, when you're spinning like that, you want to hold your brakes and be a little bit more predictable. But hopefully, the damage on either car isn't too bad.
Yep. So he was very loose coming out of 4. Edmonds just tries to avoid him. Ends up getting turned as well. Definitely going to be some front end damage to that 8 machine.
They were a solid, that was probably about a 10-lap run on those tires, if not more. And so they're definitely getting loose at that late in the run, coming off of 4. That becomes the hardest part of the track for me anyway.
Yep, that was a good green flag run. We're back live here. Looks like Edmonds some major wheel damage to that 8 car. He is struggling to keep that thing under control. All right, so it looks like 8 has got his wheels back under him.
So am I correct in the only car that has not pitted is Joseph Benson for tires?
I do believe Joseph Benson has taken 4 tires earlier on, and we're keeping an eye on Edmonds. Benson is now on pit road, along with most of the pack, taking 4 sets of tires. I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay, yeah.
Yep, we'll pull up our pit stop laps. Benson, Dunning, Dominics, all pitted back on lap 33. Bullock pitted on lap 29.
Looking at the tracker, it just didn't say that Benson was in the pit. So I was like, oh boy, second on back pitted. They're going to have fresh tires. This is going to be interesting, but they're still on equal tires. So it's too bad. I would have liked to have seen the field maybe tried to flip the strategy from Benson and try and find something that works.
Yes, Benson has been dominant here all night. So, and once again, with everyone pitting, he will still be restarting first here. They're getting doubled back up. The lights on the pace car are out. We've got 1 to green. Joseph Benson will restart first. Jamie Dunning in second. Jonathan dominates in third. We haven't talked about him much tonight, but he is up 11 positions from where he started. And Cody Bullock in the 11 car and will restart fourth. Tyler Street in fifth. And Joseph Treskowski will restart sixth. So some more shakeups here in the top 5. The 11 and the 45. I do believe this is the first time tonight those two have made it up to the top 5.